Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. We're continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. We are about to face our first Nemesis, the Butcher. But there's a couple things I want to talk about before we actually face him. The first one is, when I made my settlement video, I mistakenly got the Nemesis monster versus a special showdown encounter mixed up. The Nemesis monster, we still have to continue all the way to the end, so I actually archived our Great Cat Bone and also our Lonely Ant. I said I was going to bring those along because we had to, but that's false. We were able to archive those before we left for our hunt, but he is going to intercept us before we do our hunt. That is how the Nemesis showdowns work. Also, in that video I asked if we should keep storytelling or if we maybe should go for the shrine instead. I wasn't sure which one of these was really good. Well, apparently I don't know too much because a vast majority of the community said that these two are something that are okay, but what I should really be going for is ammonia. So I'm actually going to be switching this back. I am not going to be taking storytelling. I'm going to be taking ammonia. And let's see what it says. It says departing survivors gain +1 survival, but that's not going to happen because of our story event that we had. The settlement event said that we were able to depart with all our max survival. So this isn't really going to play into effect during this, but I will have this innovation in our deck we've in our hand, and we're going to actually add the other innovations to it, including bloodletting and I think there's another one as well. So I've added those to our innovation deck for the next settlement phase, but I wanted to make sure everybody understood that. And since I did that, I had to remove some of our survival. So all of our survival went to 4, because if you remember, our storytelling survival said that we were able to gain, +1 max survival, but I had to put it back to 4. Also, on all our characters, I wrote down the armor they had. I didn't think you need to see me sit there and write down armor on every single person. So I've given everybody +1 insanity that have the stone noses, and I put in all their armor as well. The last thing we had to do in the settlement video was this endeavor. We had one more endeavor, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use it for the shrine, depending on what everybody in the community thought I should do. Well, we decided to take ammonia, so we don't have anything to do with this. So what I did is I just bought another pack of stone noses just to continue on with our wonderful adventure here. And I'm giving this to Xena, so she's going to be able to gain the +1 insanity before we start fighting against the Butcher. I hope that all made sense. Now, let's go ahead and start our Nemesis showdown. We want to set this up, and then we're going to go ahead and fight him. So we're going to start right here looking at instinct. This is going to be his instinct that he has on his card. So when we go ahead and look at the card, it'll have it down here as well. But I want to read it first. It says, turn the Butcher to face the closest survivor. The survivor suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. Good thing we have those stone noses. Now, of course, we have to set up our Nemesis. We're going to be fighting him at level 1, meaning we're going to have to create an AI deck with 7 basic, 5 advanced, and no legendary. The interesting thing about the Butchers, I don't think he has any legendary encounters, because on the rest of his things, he doesn't actually have any legendaries you can put in. So he's going to be fighting with basic and advanced moves. He only moves 5 squares, but he has a 9 toughness. That's going to be kind of tough to get through. And he starts with all of these in effect. These are going to be his traits. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. And let's set him up first and continue on with the rest. So the first thing we're going to do is take our Butcher card here, and just like in the book, it says 7 basic, 5 advanced, and we're going to turn it over to see what his basic action is. Closest survivor in field of view. No target, he's going to menace, which means he'll turn towards somebody and they'll cause 1 brain damage. Now he has a speed of 2, which means roll 2. He needs a 4 accuracy, and he does 1 damage when he does his basic action. Now, of course, after damage, it says bleed 1. Target gains 1 bleeding token. Now, of course, if we get 5 bleeding tokens at any point, your character is dead. So we're going to go ahead and put his basic action card right down there. Next, we have to take, well, I should probably look at it again just to make sure we got this right, 7 and 5. So we're going to grab 7 cards from our basic action deck, which is right here. These are all our basic actions for our Butcher. We're going to mix these up, and we're going to grab 7 of these at random. We'll see what 7 we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these are the 7 basic ones, and now we get 5 advanced ones. So here are all the advanced skills right here, all the ones with the A's on them. So we're going to go ahead and mix all these up. We're going to take 5. Wow, we have to do 12 damage, plus his basic action cards. We have to do 13 damage to this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to put all these together. We're going to give it one big old truffle shuffle here, and we're going to see how the Butcher is going to react to us as we fight through him. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'm kind of scared of this guy. We're going to put his AI deck there. Now, he has a hit location deck, and it's not very big. And in here, of course, is one of those traps. We're going to give this a truffle shuffle. We're going to put that down right here, and we have created our Butcher's decks. Now, let's go set up the actual board. Now I lied. We're not going to set up the board because I also forgot about these. We have to put his traits out. He has Berserker, Fast Target, Infectious Lunacy, and the dreaded trophies. So let's go ahead and look at those. The first one we're going to look at is his Berserker. It's right here. It says draw +1 AI card every monster turn. So when it's his turn, he's going to draw one and then one more. So he's going to be doing 2 actions a turn. That's terrible. We're going to put that here. Also, it says Fast Target trait. At the beginning of each monster turn, reshuffle the Butcher's hit location deck. Reshuffle includes deck and discard pile. Oh, wow, that's going to be terrible. So much for our cat eye circlet doing any good. All right, we're going to put that there. Now, of course, these are all traits. So that means that when we go to use our Whisker Harp, I don't think it's going to work. It says all roll to discard moods. So sadly, we can't even do anything about these. Dreaded trophy trait. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Yep. Not for kids. When a survivor dies, place their miniature on this card. The monster gains the following bonuses for each miniature on Dreaded Trophy. 1. All attack profiles gain after damage bleed 1. Oh no. +1 movement token, a +1 speed, and then a +2 damage token. So he's going to get more powerful the more people he kills. And lastly, we got Infectious Lunacy. It says after you suffer brain damage, gain lunacy tokens equal to the damage suffered. When you have 3 lunacy tokens, remove them all and suffer the frenzy brain trauma. Oh, that's terrible. Now, of course, there's 4 of these, so I'm going to pass these out to each one of our characters. We're going to give one to Goldmoon, one to Caramon, one to Xena, and one to Riverwind. So I'm going to pass these out, and we'll be putting tokens on these if we take any brain damage. Hopefully we don't take any. With those all passed out, now we're going to go ahead and set up our board. So here we have our Showdown setup. It shows our Nemesis right in the middle. And over here, we're going to be putting some stone columns. And then under here, it says terrain and deployment. The 1 stone column terrain card, 3 columns are placed in the green spaces. 1 random terrain card set up normally. Place the Nemesis in the center of the board and place the survivors in the blue zone. And the survivors are defending their home. They go first. Now I've gone and placed out our stone columns. The other one's way over there. And we're going to go ahead and see what extra terrain card we're able to get for our wonderful fight against the Butcher. We're going to take that one right there. And let's see what we get. We get Acanthus Plants. Roll a d10 if you have the sickle instead of 2d10. And roll d10. If you have the sickle, roll 2d10, sorry. And add the results. All right, so we're going to maybe be able to find some fresh Acanthus strange resources. Otherwise, we might get some other things. Oh no, something bites your arm, take damage. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so we need to find 2 Acanthus plants, and we need to set them up at least 6 spaces away from other Acanthus plants. So that's good. We're going to go put that card over on the side over here, and we're going to get our Acanthus plants. Now our players are going to be starting along this board edge. So I have to put 2 Acanthus plants out, and I have to put them at least 6 squares away from any other Acanthus plant. Well, that's just fine. We're going to put 1 there and 1 here. That's way more than 6. That's 7, 8. That's perfect. The reason I did that is because, well, I don't actually think there's any reason at all for you to go for these. Our main target is this guy. He is just so tough. I don't think we're going to spend our time looking at these. But just in case, I thought we'd put him kind of out where we actually might be running up to fight him. So we're going to place our survivors. I'm not exactly sure the best way to place these survivors, but we're going to give it our best shot here. So we do start with, I think this is Goldmoon right here with her great cat stuff, her white lion stuff. We're going to put her right there. Now we also have, who's this? Xena. We have Xena. Xena's got some decent gear. This is supposed to be a sword. I don't have a sword made up yet for her. Sorry. We're going to put her right there. Next we have, I think we have Riverwind. Riverwind, he has a bow, so I've got him with his great cat bow. And he's going to go, I think he's going to go almost way over here. I don't know if he really wants to be too far into the fight. We're going to put him over there. And now last but not least, we have Caramon. Caramon is fighting with the bone axe, and he also has the harp. That is pretty much going to be useless because it's mood cards, and they're not going to. He's only good against mood, and he's got a bunch of trait cards. So I kind of spread my guys out a little bit. We'll see if that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not even going to get to him right away. Well, actually, I think she can. I think she got 6 speed. So actually, I think we're going to put our guys kind of close together. We'll see how this goes. This could be an absolute disaster, but we're hopefully going to do our best, and we'll see how this goes. If you think our survivors can take on the Butcher, or maybe if you think they can't, I need you to meet me at the co-op shop. All right, it's time to take on the Butcher. But before we do, I think this is a really bad plan. I don't like this plan. We're going to move her way over here because I think I have a pretty good plan on what to do with her. And he's actually going to slide in a little bit over here, and I think the rest of us are going to be okay. Now, lucky us, we get to go first. Unlucky us is I don't have really any way to get to him. He's the only one that actually could get to him in one shot here, but all he's holding is a founding stone and some bow. So he's not really going to do anything. He's just going to move up 1, 2, maybe to here. I think that's going to be good enough. We're going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I want him up there in the front. I need him to take the attacks because he has so much defense. Now, I'm going to have Xena go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of right up next. Actually, I'm going to go right there. I think that's going to be our best bet. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's going to, oh, I lied. He's going to pull back 1. She's going to pull back 1. There we go. All right. I think we're set up. Now, it's going to be his turn. Let's see what the Butcher does to us. So we're going to go ahead and draw an AI card for the Butcher. But before we do, Caramon is wearing a rawhide headband. And if we look down here, it says as an action, I can reveal the top 2 AI, place them back on top of this deck in any order. Now we're going to have to draw both of them due to the Berserk, but at least we can put them in an order that might be somewhat beneficial to us. So let's look at the top 2 AI cards of the Butcher. The first one is Hack. Closest threat facing, 2 speed, 4 accuracy, 1 damage. Oh, and you get a bleed token. That's no good. And what's this one? Hue. Again, closest threat facing. So both of these are going to go after Caramon. 1 speed, 3 accuracy, 3 damage. Oh, wow, this guy hits like a truck. All right, after damage, I gain a bleed token. And then bash, target is knocked. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think we want to put them back in this order, actually. I think we want Hack to be on top, because if he gets knocked down, that means he's going to go hack somebody else. We want this guy sadly hacking Caramon as much as I can, because he's got the most armor in all the different locations. So we're going to draw our top location for our Butcher, and he's going to do, surprise, surprise, hack. Closest threat facing. So he's going to go he's going to go attack the closest threat facing and attack twice for an accuracy of 4+ with 1 damage, and for each attack, I believe I'm going to get 1 bleed token. Oh, that's going to be terrible. All right, let's go ahead and deal with this. So our Butcher is going to go ahead and move closest threat facing. That's going to be Caramon. He's going to move up 1, 2, and he's going to attack him with this. Now, of course, he gets 2 attacks, and he's going to accuracy 4, 1 damage for each attack, and after all the damage happens, he's going to suffer a bleed token if he actually suffers damage. So let's go ahead and roll for our Butcher. So our Butcher needs a 4+ in order to hit with his hack, but I have my rawhide vest, so I do get +1 evasion, which means he needs a 5+ in order to hit. So let's see how he does. He got a 6 and 8, so of course he hit with both attacks. All right, we're going to have to roll to see where those 2 attacks hit our brave survivor. It hit him in the legs and the torso, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Now, Caramon is going to dodge the one that goes to his body, and when he does that, he gets to roll a D10 because of his rawhide armor here. It says, when you perform a survival action, roll a D10 and resolve 6+, gain 1 survival. Now, wait a minute, I don't think I'm going to roll this. I'm going to save this dodge because you can only do 1 survival action per turn, and I think it's better to dodge his other attack because you already know what is coming. It does 3 damage. So instead, he is going to take 1 damage to his body and 1 damage to his legs. So we're going to go ahead and check those off. Now that also means he's going to gain a bleeding token as well. So we're going to go ahead and put that up here for Caramon. Oh, poor Caramon. Okay, let's go on to the next attack. So we're going to discard Hack, and then because of his Berserker card, it says draw +1 additional AI card every monster turn. So his second AI card, we already know what it is. It's that Hue card. Oh boy, here we go. Closest threat facing. Now the good thing is he only has 1 speed on this, so even if he hits us, I'm planning on dodging this. Let's go see if it even hits us. We might be able to save our survival. So our Butcher needs a 4+ because of my +1 evasion. Oh, we got a 7. All right, we're just going to flat out dodge this. I don't even care where this goes. It could go anywhere. On our body, yeah, not happening. We're going to dodge that attack, and we're going to roll a die to see if we're able to keep our survival. We need to get a 6+ in order to keep our survival. Oh, we didn't keep the survival. So we're going to lose 1 survival off of Caramon, bringing him down to 3 survival. But we didn't take 3 damage. So our cards that he's attacking with are completed. Closest threat facing, there's nothing after damage. Now, he didn't take any damage, so that doesn't happen. We're going to discard that, and it's going to now be our survivor's turn. So from where we are, I'm going to start over here with Riverwind. Riverwind is going to use his Cat Eye Circlet, which allows me to look at the top 3 hit location cards of the monster. Now, of course, at the beginning of his turn, he's going to shuffle all these cards again, so it doesn't really matter what we have. But at least we know what the top 3 are. So we have to deal with, what's this? Armored Pig Shoulder. It's a super dense location. So the good news is we know not to hit it with any of our frail weapons. For example, our Bone Axe. We do not want to go hit that with our Bone Axe. So we have this one first, and it says here, super dense. If the attacker attempts to wound this location with the frail weapon, it is destroyed. Archive the weapon at the end of the attack after all hit locations have been discarded. All right, so that's all that it is. So it's not a bad one to hit with the Bone Dagger or the Catgut Bow. Both these would be really good to attack with. Cleaver, Impervious. The attacker's heart is frozen with dread. The attacker gains +1 insanity. All right, that's fantastic. Now it's impervious, meaning we can't actually wound him with this one. And the last one is his Furious Grievous, which has a reflex. Full move toward the attacker. Don't move if already adjacent. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so again, he's not going to do anything, so we got to figure out what order to put these in. I think we're going to actually keep them almost in the order they were. I think we're going to keep them exactly like that, because I'm going to probably move next with her, knowing that we have a super dense location coming next. And if she attacks this, that's great. It's not the end of the world. And then our Furious Grievous will be coming next, and then we know we can attack with our axe or our sword, since it's not a frail location. So knowing that, we are going to attack with Gold Moon next. Gold Moon is going to use this awesome white lion fur coat thing here. It's Pounce. Spend your movement and your action to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Then, if you moved 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon with +1 strength. That's awesome. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. She's not behind him, so I don't get any extra bonuses, but I get +1 strength. And she already has +1 luck, so maybe that might play effect here. Well, actually it doesn't, because we know there's no critical locations on anything we're attacking with. That's okay. We're going to use our Bone Dagger to attack him, which gets 3 speed, and it hits on a 7+, and now this has, I get +1 strength with it, so it's +2 here instead of +1. So let's see if our mighty Gold Moon can at least hopefully hit that first location so we can get rid of the super dense one right away. So with 3 dice, I need at least 1 to get a 7+. Come on, one of them. Oh, there it is, the 7+. Oh, that's so lucky of me. Oh, good news. All right, we get to take on the super dense location, and that's just fine. It's our pig shoulders. So we're going to go ahead and roll to see if we're able to wound. The butcher has a toughness of 9, but I get +2 strength. So again, I need to roll a 7+ in order to even wound this guy. Oh, I got a 9. That's amazing. All right, she was able to wound him. Oh, wow, what a great start. So we're going to move our hit location card right to here. And more importantly, we're going to take a wound off the wound stack and move it over here. Oh, that was a fantastic beginning to this. Now, of course, 3 hits would have been better than 1, but I am okay with what happened there. Our next person to go, I think, is going to be Xena. Xena's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get behind him. Now, of course, we know the next one is an impervious location, but if we can maybe at least get that one out of the deck too, then maybe our Bone Axe can come in and really do some damage. So Xena goes next, and she needs a 6+ with her Bone Blade, but of course, being in the blind spot, she needs a 5+. Now she gets to have 2 speed with this. It gives +2 strength, but of course, the cool thing about it is Xena actually has +1 strength already, so it's actually +3 strength. So we're going to go ahead and roll our 2 dice and see what we get. We got a 5 and a 6. Oh, that's going to be enough to hit twice. That's absolutely perfect. So let's go ahead and look at those hit location cards one more time and decide what order we want to do these. We have the impervious one, and we have the reflex one. Oh, that's actually going to be fantastic. All right, the impervious one, we're just going to go ahead and roll that first, because it really doesn't matter what happens here at all. 3. Now, after that's done, she's going to gain +1 insanity. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that shortly. The next one we're going to do is our Frenzied Grievous. Now, this one is important. We can actually wound this location, and she has +3 to wound. And of course, our Butcher has a 9 toughness. So she only needs a 6+ in order to do this. Come on, we need it. Oh, she got a 2. She didn't wound. That's too bad. So she gained 1 insanity, and that's about it. Now, of course, we have to take care of the reflex reaction. Move forward toward the attacker. Don't move if already adjacent. So Xena is going to suffer 1 brain damage. She's down to 2. Now, our Lunacy card does not trigger because it only triggers when you suffer brain damage. So that is where we stand. We're going to give her back her bone blade, and now we're going to have to go see what happens with the Furious Grievous. So if we go ahead and look at our Furious Greaves, not Grievous, I don't want to talk about General Grievous. Here I go. No, it's a Furious Greaves, I apologize. Reflex, full move forward towards the attacker. Don't move if already adjacent. So he's already adjacent to the person that attacked, and I don't think anywhere it says about turning him, so he's just going to stay like that, and we're going to move on to our next person. The last person to go is going to be Caramon. Now, we don't know what any of the hit location cards are, and if we get another impervious location, he could lose his axe. So one thing I could do is I could surge with him to gain his action and use it to use his cat eye circlet, or I could surge to shoot with this bow. I think it's just good to do a lot of damage. I think we might have to risk some things here in order to take this guy down. And we're going to start by risking the fact that we don't know what his hit location cards are. Besides, who knows where we're going to hit him? We need to get a 6+ with our bone axe. All right, Caramon's going to go make an attack against that butcher. So I get 2 attacks with my bone axe. Hopefully we can hit him at least once. Oh, we got him twice. Oh no, that could be pretty dangerous. I don't know what these hit location cards are. All right, we'll see what happens. I'm going to draw 2 hit locations. We're going to see what we're facing. The first one we're facing is okay, it's impervious. For a second there, I got sad. It says the attacker's heart is frozen with dread. Oh, it's the same. He's always got 2 cleavers, I guess. The second one is Furious Gut. Wound. If the butcher is knocked down, all survivors gain +1 courage. While the monster is knocked down, all reactions are canceled, and all hit rolls succeed on a 3+. Oh, if I wound him, he's knocked down. That's going to be awesome. Oh, if I fail, it's going to be really bad. All right, so let's go ahead and just wound this guy. That's the best thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and try to wound with our axe. Our axe gets +3 strength, and we get +1 strength because Caramon's just that good. So he has +4 strength going against the butcher, who has, of course, that 9 toughness. So we only need a 5. Come on, 5. Come on, 5. Yeah, we get the 5. Woo-hoo! All right, so we were able to knock down the butcher. Now, before we knock him down, we still have the cleaver we were supposed to roll. I'm not even going to roll it because it's impervious. I can't get anything for it. There's nothing about criticals or anything. The attacker's heart is frozen with dread. Attacker gains +1 insanity. I'm just going to give him the +1 insanity. That's just going to be the deal, because you don't get anything else for it, whether you hit it or not. Or is this only if you wound it? Oh, I'm probably doing this wrong. I bet if you wound it, the attacker's heart is frozen with dread and the attacker gains +1 insanity. That's what happens. All right, so in that's the case, I am going to go ahead and roll. I'm just going to roll it right here with my bone axe. So I'm doing this wrong, please let me know, but I believe that's what it is. So we're going to roll, and we did wound him, so I go ahead and take the brain damage. And now I think about it, that probably also happened to Xena, didn't it? She was also the one that attacked with her bone sword and got the impervious location. So I'm going to roll for her too as well, just right here. And 6 + 3 is, or 2, nope, it is 3, is 9. So she also did wound with the cleaver. So whether or not we need to wound or not on the cleaver, both of them did. So they're going to gain their insanity anyway. I apologize for that. This is probably how I was supposed to play that. I played that totally wrong. Just because it's impervious doesn't mean that you can't, if you miss it, you miss it. If you hit, then this happens. I believe that's how it works. I apologize if I did it wrong. But more importantly, we got the Furious Gut. Let's go take care of this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wound him. So we're going to take our card and move it over to the wound stack. That's awesome. Then we're going to go knock the butcher down, and everybody's going to gain +1 courage. So the butcher gets knocked down, and we hit him on a 3+. Oh, this is going to be glorious. I think it's time to really take out a butcher, because all of our guys have surge. We could surge with every one of these characters and get a free attack on the butcher. So all of our characters are going to gain 1 courage. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark it down on all these guys. I brought in all the sheets at once just to get this done really fast. Oh, Caramon's up to 2 courage. How about that? Next we've got Xena. Xena's up to 2 courage. And now more importantly, check out Gold Moon. Gold Moon actually hits her 3rd courage marker right there. So we're going to fill that in. And since she crossed off her courage marker during the showdown, it happens at any time. If any one of these actually happens, you take advantage of it right now. So we're going to go ahead and do her courage story event right now called Bold. And it says story event Bold. In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. Select a triumph corresponding with the current game phase. A survivor may only gain these benefits once a lifetime. So if we look here, notice each one of these triumphs happens at a certain time. The showdown, hunt, or settlement phase. Now we were able to get our 3rd courage marker during the showdown phase. So let's see what it says. The essential difference between man and monster is a gap no human can overcome. You accept this and tap into a deep well of deranged fortitude. Gain the following ability and roll on the table below. So we're going to gain the Stalwart ability. Ignore being knocked down by brain trauma and intimidation acts. Oh, I think that's going to be fantastic. So anytime we're intimidated or we're knocked down because of our brain going too low, we don't have to worry about it. I think Stalwart's going to be really good. All right, so we'll roll it up and hopefully it works right here. Yes, it did. We got a 2. So let's go ahead and see what that says. It says here I gain +1 strength token. Well, that's not that great because it's going to go away at the end of the turn, or sorry, the end of this fight, but at least we gain +1 strength for now. So we're going to take that. That's better than nothing. The permanent strength would have been really good, or the speed, but instead we're only going to get a token. But like I said, +1 strength against the Butcher is probably really, really good and something I really need. So we're going to go ahead and circle in our Stalwart box right here. That's going to be really good. And I get that +1 strength token. We're going to put that right there so we can remember to forget it, because I probably will, but we're going to put it there. Hopefully I'll remember. So here's where we stand. Our Butcher is laying on the ground, and we can actually hit him on a 3+, no matter what he's using or what we're using. So this is a really good time to go after him. Now the problem, of course, is that his hit location deck is not the biggest, so that trap could rear its ugly head at any time. And we also don't know what the hit location cards are, so I don't know if I can use my frail weapons against this. I'd hate to hit a super dense location, but I can't pass up this opportunity. We got to make it count. So we're going to start with Caramon. He's going to take that axe and he's going to go ahead and hit that Butcher. So we get 2 attacks with our bone axe, and we only need a 3+. Come on, let's get 2 hits. I even missed. Wow, that's amazing. We hit once, so let's see what location we actually hit. We were able to hit the Furious Crown, a reflex. The Butcher lashes out wildly, clearing the path for itself. All survivors adjacent to the Butcher suffer bash. Well, that's not going to happen because he's knocked down. So the only thing that he can do is either get wounded or not. Let's see if we wound the Butcher. Oh, we got a 9. That's enough to wound the Butcher. Oh, I wish it would have been 10 because we had Savage on that axe. So we're going to discard Furious Crown and we're going to go ahead and remove another wound from the stack. Now, we used a survival with that with Caramon because he did a surge in order to attack. So he's going to roll a die and see if he gets that back. He needs a 6+, otherwise he loses that survival. Oh, he got a 6+. All right, he didn't have to use the survival to do that. The next person that's going to go is, I think, Xena. Yeah, Xena's going to go next. Now, Xena is going to have to use her survival, so she's going to go to 3. She doesn't have any way to get it back. Now Xena's going to use her Bone Blade. She needs a 3+ because he's on the ground. Oh, she got a perfect hit. Now, I don't think that's actually going to do anything with our Bone Blade. It is not. Our Bone Blade is only frail. There's nothing exciting about a perfect hit with her. So instead, we're just going to look at the 2 hit location cards that she hit. We're going to go and check them out. We got the Furious Scrag, Death Blow. If the Butcher is killed in this location, it is beheaded. Curiously, its lifeless body remains standing. Wow, that's out of control. But there is a possibility to the critical wound. The Butcher is shocked. This is the only Butcher hit location with the critical wound effect. Thus, only this location will be critically wounded. If you gain Mighty Strike, you may gain the Mighty Strike fighting art. Huh, all right. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and deal with that. We also got this one with a failure, but it doesn't matter because he's on the ground. So we have to roll to see if we wound him. Now, I do get +3 to this roll, 2 for the Bone Blade, and 1 because of her innate strength. So I need a 6+ with both of these. Come on, we got 2 hits. We are absolutely on fire. All right, let's take those off. So we're going to go ahead and put these 2 here, and we're going to take the 2 AI cards off the top. Now that I thought about it, I probably should have shook those individually because there was a potential for a critical hit, I believe, but that's okay. We didn't get a critical hit with neither of those. We're going to continue on to our next survivor. So our team is just killing for Solace. That's awesome. Now, I only have 2 characters left that haven't surged. Now, I could have her surge, and she gets 3 attacks, or him. He's got his cat bow, his catgut bow, which gives him 2 attacks. Or I could use the cat eye circlet to look at the next 3 hit locations. Now, if I use the hit location cards, I'm going to only be able to attack with him, or her, I apologize. And I hit on a 3+, so I can't miss. So I don't even know if this is really worth it because I will see all 3 of the hit locations if she attacks anyway. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to attack first with Riverwind. He's going to use his catgut bow. He needs a 3+. He's got 2 attacks. So let's see if he's able to make these attacks. But of course, in order to do that, he has to use a survival to surge. So he's going to go down to 3. So Riverwind gets to roll 2 dice with his bow. Let's see if he hits. I'm sure he's going to. Yeah, he hits with both. Now, sadly, the perfect hit doesn't help him at all. He doesn't have anything that's going to help him in that aspect. But he does get to look at the 2 hit location cards and put them in the order we want to hit. Now, of course, we're getting dangerously low to that trap, so I'm not sure where it is. Let's hope this is the Furious Shoulder. All right, we don't have to worry about anything there. And Furious Bellow. All right, so again, we didn't find that trap, so I really think that means that Gold Moon's going to find the trap, but we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to roll twice to see if we wound. Of course, none of those reflex actions actually matter, and there is no critical wound on this, so I'm just going to roll both of them at the same time and see how we do. We got a 1 and a 3. I don't think either one of those is going to wound. Now, the Catgut Bow, of course, gives us +3 strength, but that's not going to help us enough. We need a 6+, so we didn't wound with the Catgut Bow. So we're going to put those hit location cards back into the discard pile, and then we do have one more person that is left to surge, and that is going to be Gold Moon. Gold Moon's going to roll 3 dice. She needs a 3+ with that dagger. I'm so scared. I'm pretty sure I don't even know if I should do this. She's probably going to find the trap. Oh, let's see how she does. Well, she missed with 1, so actually that might be a blessing in disguise, and she hit with 2. So let's grab the top 2 hit location cards and see what happens to our wonderful Gold Moon. Come on. Butcher's Mask. All right, we can do this. And Furious Breastplate. Wow, I didn't find it. There are only 3 cards left. Wow, I can't believe it. All right, we're going to go ahead and take care of these. What is this? +2 toughness to wound this location. I believe that is still going to happen. Lantern Explosion. If the roll to wound hits this location is a Lantern 10, your attack shatters one of the trophy lanterns hanging on the butcher's chest, causing a wailing explosion that sears your corneas. Oh my gosh, no, I got 2 5s. All right, oh my goodness. That would have been absolutely, because she could not get the blinded, that'd be terrible. All right, and let's see here. Then we got Butcher's Mask. Okay, so again, these aren't going to happen because he's on the ground. So I don't believe any of the reflex reactions are going to actually take effect. So we're going to go ahead and roll. We'll roll both these at the same time. Oh, no, we can't. The Furious Breastplate gets +2 toughness. I highly doubt this is even going to wound. No, it didn't wound. All right. So now she gets +3 strength because she actually gets the extra one from her bone dagger. Oh, no, it's only +2. She gets the token and the dagger. So let's see how she does. She needs a really big number. Oh, 1's not going to wound anything. All right. That's the end of all of our survivors. I think we did okay. So now it's the Butcher's turn. He's, of course, going to stand up, and I'm sure he's not very happy with this at all. He's going to go ahead and do his first 2 AI cards to us. But before we draw our AI card, we have to do his fast target. At the beginning of each monster's turn, reshuffle the Butcher's hit location deck. So we're going to have to shuffle this up. And the trap, of course, was in there somewhere. Who knows where it is. So we're going to shuffle this up a little bit. Give it a truffle shuffle. Make sure that all these cards are nice and shuffled up here. We'll put it back up on top, and we're going to draw our first AI card for the Butcher. He gets, what's this? Backhand. All survivors in the impact zone. Wow, that's going to be 2 of us. In a clockwise order, attack each survivor in the impact zone. If there are no survivors in the impact zone, menace. Well, there is. 1 speed, 4 accuracy, 2 damage. After damage, target suffers knockback 5 and bash. Oh, that's fantastic. Now, the problem is I don't know what this card is. Is it going to be worse than our backhand or not? Well, let's go check out this zone, the impact zone. So if we look at our card, the impact zone, I know it's upside down. The impact zone is going to be anywhere that he's facing except for the 2 squares directly behind him. So that's actually going to benefit our wonderful Xena, but sadly, Gold Moon and Caramon are both going to get hit by this attack. So if we go from clockwise order, that means 12 o'clock. So it's going to go from back here all the way around. It's going to start and hit Caramon first, then it's going to hit Gold Moon. So Caramon is the first victim of backhand, and he gets a +1 evasion. So he needs to roll a 5 or better in order to hit. Of course, he got a 9. All right, so he hit Caramon. Caramon's going to get hit where? Let's figure this out. In the hands. Now, I think I'm going to dodge this attack. I don't need him knocked back because I need him in front of that Butcher because of all the armor he has. I don't know what the next card is. It's probably going to be absolutely terrible, but I need him in front of the monster. So he's going to dodge that attack using one of his survival, bringing him to 2, and we'll take care of that momentarily. We're going to go move on to Gold Moon. Now, Gold Moon, of course, doesn't have any extra evasion, so she's going to get hit on a 4+. Let's see what happens to her. Oh, it's a 5. All right, so she got hit. Where did she get hit? Let's find out. She got hit right in the legs. All right, so we're going to go take care of all of that. So Caramon used a survival to dodge that attack. And it might not have been the smartest one to dodge, but I just can't have him flying out of the way. Now, Gold Moon got hit in the legs. Again, not the most, it's probably the best place to be hit because she's actually got some armor there. She has 3 survival still, but I don't mind her flying away from here because she can come running in with her 5 movement to attack again, as long as he stays in the same spot. So she's going to be knocked back 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then she suffers bash. And bash basically means that it knocks down the survivor. So she's knocked down, not the end of the world. Now we're going to go ahead and see what the next AI card our Butcher gets to do. I hope it's not as bad as that one. Please don't be too bad. Oh, I dropped it on the ground. It is double hack. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be horrible. Closest threat facing. Now that's Caramon. Maybe you should have gotten bashed. 4 attacks. Oh my gosh. 4 accuracy after damage. Bleed 2. Target gains 2 bleeding to. Oh my gosh. All right. Maybe I should have done something about this. Closest threat facing. All right, that's going to be him. So, wow. And I do have a surge opportunity between this if I want to use it to try to knock him down. But there were only 3 hit location cards left in the deck, and only one of those that we were fighting against actually knocked him down. What's the chances of that? Well, might be worth it. All right. We're going to double hack. Oh my gosh. All right, so he has chosen his target. It is going to be Caramon. Now, Caramon's already dodged, so he can't dodge any of these attacks. And actually, the damage isn't too bad. It's only 1. It's those bleeding tokens I'm kind of worried about. I wonder if I should surge right now to work on him. I think I might. He's going to use a survival action. That's going to be Riverwind. And he's going to encourage Gold Moon to stand up, I believe. Oh, wait. I can't actually do that. I can't use a survival action on his turn. I'd have to use my surge to use encourage. And that's totally a waste of time. I think we're just going to take double hack. We're going to see how it goes. And after that, I think I'll be able to move him into the back maybe, and she can use some. No, it's all gonna be bad. All right, everything about this is bad. All right, double hack. Here we go. All right, he gets to attack 4. He needs a 5+ because I do get that +1 evasion. Let's see how we do. Oh my god. Oh wow, he hit with every single one of them. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Caramon's about to get just blasted in the next week. So we're going to take all 4 of our hit location dice. This is like all the games come with. And let's see how it goes. It's going to be terrible. Oh, man. Body. Oh, wow. All right. We're going to go take care of all of that. All right. Caramon got hit in the body twice. So we're going to have to remove the other armor. And he's getting a light wound there. Body, waist. So he's down to 1 in his waist. And I think the other one was arms. All right. We're going to have to remove the arms here, too. Down to 1. Wow, okay, that was not that good. Now, the worst part about it, of course, is he's actually going to be gaining 2 bleeding tokens out of this. So we're going to go ahead and put these here. Now, if he gets to, anytime he gets to 5 of these, no matter how much armor or anything he has left, dead. Just end of story. So we got to heal these bleeding tokens as soon as we can. All right, double hack was something else. All right, we're going to get rid of that card. That goes in the discard pile. Now it's our turn. At this point, now he is going to use his action to encourage her to stand up. So that was his turn. I'm going to have, who is this? This is going to be Xena. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, this is terrible. All right, no, Xena's going to, oh, no, this is horrible. I can't get her to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can't attack diagonal. I need him to attack. Oh, I got a better plan. He's going to move over 1, and then he's going to attack first. Then she can come around, of course, stand right in front of him, which is going to be absolutely terrible, and attack again. Or maybe I could move him to the side. Oh, I don't know what to do. How this is going to work. Yeah, I think our best bet is just to have him move. He's going to move over here for 1, and then he's going to go ahead and attack with his axe. And then she's going to have to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, attack with her sword, or actually use the bandages, and maybe I'll surge for the sword. We'll see how that goes. So he's used his action to stand her up. He's going to move over and now attack our Butcher. So Caramon's going to need a 6+ with this. Oh, I need to hit at least once with this. Oh my gosh, he hit twice. That's fantastic. All right, our axe hit twice. Let's see about the 2 hit locations that we have. Our first one is Butcher's Mask. Now, of course, he's standing up now, so all this actually takes place. And then he's got his Furious Bellow. Reflex. The Butcher unleashes a deep guttural roar. Unless the attacker's deaf or has +3 courage, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level and are knocked down. Okay, that's the last one we're going to do. We're going to do this one first. If he wounds him, the blow shocks the Butcher, knocking it off balance. The Butcher staggers, gaining -2 toughness until the end of the round. That'd be awesome. Failure, the brave Butcher effortlessly shoves the attacker away, Full move toward the attacker. If the Butcher ends its movement adjacent to the attacker, they suffer knockback 5. Oh, either way, this is going to be bad news. All right, we're going to put him in this order. We're going to go with the Butcher's Mask first. And he gets +3/4 to this roll. Oh, he only needs a 5+. Come on, get this guy. Oh, no, he failed on the first attack. So the Butcher is going to full move toward the target. It doesn't matter. He's already standing next to him. If the Butcher ends its movement, now I'm kind of confused. I want to make sure I do this right. There's a chance this might not get knocked back because he's not actually moving. But I believe since he is adjacent to the attacker, he suffers knockback 5. Full move toward the attacker. If the Butcher ends its movement adjacent to the attacker, they suffer knockback 5. Well, he is going to be adjacent to him. All right, we're going to just go take care of that. So I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize, but I think he's going to get knockback 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to just stop right there. Now, he doesn't get bash. I think he just gets knockback 5. Yeah, it's just up to knockback 5. There is no bash or anything, so he is still standing, which is actually kind of bad. And now it's going to be our turn to attack still. He's done an action. He's done an action. Sadly, I was going to have her heal him with the bandages, but now she's way far away. I want her to get in here and attack as well. I think at this point, I'm going to have her attack from the backside, and then she might get up in front because she's got some pretty good armor too. Actually, her armor is pretty terrible compared to hers, but it's better than his. All right, she's going to attack from the back with her bone blade. So she's going to roll 2 dice, and she needs to get a 6+, but she's in a blind spot, so 5+. Oh, she got an absolute lantern hit. That's fantastic. And she also got an 8. So let's go ahead and draw our hit location cards and see what we get. We got armored pig. Oh no, there's the super dense location. We lose our bone blade. How sad. If the attacker attempts to wound this location with a frail weapon, it is destroyed. Archive the weapon at the end of the attack after all hit locations have been discarded. Oh wow, I don't have to worry about it because the trap comes first. I can't even deal with this. If the attacker attempts to wound, I can't attempt to wound it. It's going to go right to the trap. Reshuffle the hit location deck. The Butcher explodes in a burst of ferocity. The attacker is doomed. All survivor in the zone of malice gain 1 bleeding token and suffer knockback 5. Perform basic action, target the attacker. Oh, this is terrible. So it started really well. It's about to go downhill really fast. So we're going to go ahead and discard Armored Pig Shoulder. And it says here, if the attacker attempts to wound this location. Well, I didn't attempt to wound it because it's going to go right into the trap. So I believe I get to keep my Bone Blade. If that's wrong, please let me know in the comments below and I'll discard her Bone Blade. But I believe I get to keep it. Now, what does this say? He explodes and we all get bleeding tokens if you're anywhere around him. Well, the only person around him is Xena. Or sorry, it's going to be Gold Moon. No, it is Xena. Xena is the only one there. So Xena is going to take a bleeding token. Bleeding token for Xena. Xena is then going to suffer, knockback 5. So she's going to go back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this Butcher has successfully totally split my group into multiple places. This is absolutely terrible. All right, and then it says, perform basic action, target the attacker. So we're going to target our attacker, which was Xena, and she is going to get this move and attack target. Speed 2, 4 accuracy, 1 damage, and after damage, gain a bleeding token. So he's going to turn and move his movement value, and his movement value is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yuck. All right, so he's way up there. Everybody's off screen. I gotta get a bigger tripod out here. There's no way I can get all this in the shot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and 2 speed, 4 accuracy, 1 attack. Let's see what happens to poor old Xena. So he only needs a 4+ to hit Xena. Let's see how he does. Oh my gosh, yep, he hit twice. So we're gonna go ahead and see where he hit Xena. Xena gets hit in the head and the hands. Oh, those are absolutely terrible. So she's going to suffer a light wound to the hands, and her head location is going to take 1 damage. So she's down to 2 armor on her head, and if she gets hit in the hands again, we're rolling on the severe injury table, which is terrible. And of course, that attack also gives her 1 more bleeding token, which isn't the end of the world because she's actually carrying the bandages. So Xena is stuck out in the middle of nowhere fighting the Butcher one-on-one. We got to get the rest of our group to him. Now, of course, the only person we have left is Gold Moon. She's going to be able to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's coming as fast as she can, but I don't know how our characters are going to get to her poor old Xena in time. I think she's going to fall to the butcher. What do you think? Do you think she's going to fall to the butcher? We'll have to find out in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. Our butcher fight is going, I thought it was pretty good. Now it's going pretty bad. How do you think this butcher fight is going? Please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, leave anything else in the comments below. Do I get to keep my bone blade? I believe I do. Even though I did hit the super dense location, I didn't actually attempt to wound it. I'd like to hear what people have to say. If you are enjoying the playthrough, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and the bell symbol, and you'll know when the next video is coming so you can find out what happens to our brave survivors while they're attacking the butcher. I think the fight right now is looking kind of grim, but if you think our survivors have what it takes to make it through the butcher fight, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.